Hey everybody, welcome back to BerCrew Studios plays ARK Survival Evolved. I'm your host Nemes, joined today again by Pickle and Shadow. Say hello, fellas.
What up, peeps?
So we are finishing taming up a Parasaur because we wanted a little extra mobility, and the fellows are down there at the new base getting ready to build a dinosaur paddock, which is going to be today's big project. So as soon as this tame is complete, which should be any second now, I'm going to try to get him out of here without too much difficulty. We'll see how funny that goes. And then we're going to get down to base and help out with the dinosaur paddock. We do have a saddle for the Parasaur from the last move when the Parasaur died. So we will be able to
It's
get
a
him
hand-me-down.
yeah. This guy got beat up pretty bad because I hit him with about 30 rocks before he fell unconscious. So he's not going to be super high level once the tame is done. But we're just about finished. He's got maybe 10 more food to burn through before the tame completes here. And then I'm just going to try to get him out of here without causing any damage. But we'll see. See how well that works out. Alrighty. So there it is. We got one more sliver left. So, guys, if you're liking the ARK coverage, please let us know with a like down below. It helps us out a huge deal. And also, give us some input, because while we've all played the game, none of us are super pro at it. And we're just having some fun, honestly. So, anything you'd like to see done differently, anything you'd like to see us do in general, feel free to let us know. So we are going to try to get him out of here. So come on, follow me.
Was he up?
He's up. He's up. Gotta make sure there's no predators around here. Don't see any yet. All right, come on out of that water. There we go. Now I just gotta get him down the hill without dying. Billy
should
Bob
have said
is
something
level
whenever you asked
86.
when you asked Shadow to bring you up some narc. You should have told him to grab the saddle.
Yeah, I was thinking about that just as we were walking away. But luckily our base is not far, so it would be a quick trip to get Billy Bob home.
The Parasaur's Billy Bob.
That is correct.
You're going off on me and names.
Well, he's a Parasaur. He's basically a throwaway. He's not going to survive long. Alright, so... Let's get him down here. Then we're going to tell him to stop following us. And is saddle inside somewhere?
Should be. Check the dilo just in case.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Alright. So, as you can see, the guys have kind of already started placing down some stuff here for the new the dinosaur paddock. And so you see these fence foundations on the ground here. Who's in charge of this project exactly?
I'm just getting the resources. You'll have to talk to Foreman Shadow.
All right, so Shadow, are you putting all these things down? Did we lose Form and Shadow?
I don't know.
Sounds like we lost Form and Shadow.
Is he dealing with burning scallops again or something?
It might be. I was having some culinary fire problems a few minutes ago. So,
Alright, well,
where is
Zara and I had enough for 9 more walls.
All right, perfect. So we just need to wait for Shadow to come back and place down the gate.
All right, I'm back.
There he is. So, so everybody, just so you know, Shadow is the foreman of this little project. It looks like, Shadow, you already placed down a bunch of foundations, fence foundations, right?
I did.
So, I guess the next step will be you're going to put the gate down so we kind of know where to wrap the rest of this up to.
That is correct. I'm going to get the gate down here so we know where
So,
the entrance is going to be at.
I'm going to go up the hill a little bit here just to kind of show you what we're doing here. So clearly that's the main building. And what we'll probably do is we'll put a doorway on the side there into the paddock once we get this all done. But the idea is we wanted a big enough paddock to get the what we have in place today in and surrounded by walls, just so we don't have to worry as much about roaming predators. So, you know, dilos or raptors or whatever else coming up. So, boom! There's the gate. What did you say? Did you level?
Yeah.
So there's the big gate. So this is essentially when you come up, you hit the button, it opens the gate, and the dinosaurs can come through, and then this will be kind of their paddock area. And then you turn around and you can shut the gate, and then you leave them in here, right? You can also put things like food troughs in here. I don't know if we're going to have access to that right away, but
I do.
But that way you don't have to let them wander. You can just put their food in the troughs, and that's where they'll eat. So we'll get some food troughs in there as well, and yeah, that'll let them eat. So
that's a yes on Pickle learn the food trough?
Yeah, we're probably going to want the food trough. Because then we don't have to worry about the food situation as much as far as leaving a bunch of food on them. They can basically share the food. I think there's a radius, if memory serves, where it works.
There is a radius on how far away from the food trough they can be.
Feeding trough has been learned.
Excellent.
And it's a pretty good sized radius. So if we built our food trough up against the wall of our house over here, it should reach them all the way out to the door and anywhere inside of our pen that we're going to have.
Sounds good. This green one started dropping yet? I don't see it dropping. Oh, there it is. So I'm riding on Billy Bob here. We're gonna put these guys in the paddock as well. So Happy Go Lucky, Dippy, and if we can fit the Sarco, we'll do that as well.
The length of the pen was definitely set for the Sarco. I'm just not sure if he's going to fit through that dino door.
Yeah, that's going to be the question.
As I move across here in slow motion.
Yeah, as we watch Shadow move slowly. I might go see if I can snake that green.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I can do it!
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's hilarious.
That's a little better.
Oh, something just leveled up. Sounded like, maybe not. Oh yeah, it is. It's what's his name here? So, what do we want to pump in first? Health or stamina or speed?
For the Parasaur?
For the Parasaur.
Why don't you do speed?
Definitely speed.
Alright. Doesn't move up very high. It's only like 4% a level.
Huh? That's 4% faster.
And if memory serves, the Parasaur really doesn't have a... Oh yeah, you can collect with the Parasaur. This will be nice. So one of the advantages, just for those who aren't familiar with the game, of having dinosaurs is they're almost like... God, I'd almost call them like construction gear, right? They're like having a cat or a truck or something, right? So, you know, this guy here, I can put him over some bushes and he collects what would take me a lot longer to collect. And then they store it in their inventory, and they can carry a lot more weight than we can. So this guy can carry 375 weight, as you can see, whereas my max weight's like 120, and that's because I've leveled it up a little bit. So, you know, if you're collecting resources, these guys are really the way to do it. And then there's, I don't know if I can collect wood or not. Oh yeah, I can get thatch with this guy too. So that's useful. I've never really used the Parasaur. We kind of skipped him. So I can collect a bunch of thatch with him. I can
good, because then I can just concentrate on getting wood. So thatch away.
Bunch of berries here. Yep. Gotta get it just right though. So getting some narcos, which I need for the narcotics we're trying to get a good supply of. So I'll go ahead and get some thatch since he said he needs some thatch. But so the different dinos have different kind of strengths and collection, right? So the trikes kind of have an area of effect when they're resource gathering, and that they also have a knockback when you're in combat. The Parasaurs aren't really meant for combat, right? If you noticed in the game, they pretty much always run away when they're fighting something. So I'm going to go a little further away so that he can cut down the trees closer. I've got, the Parasaurs collection capabilities as well as their weight carrying, so I should collect a little farther out. But so yeah, the trike's a pretty good gatherer. He does, I think he does thatch as well. But then you can get into things like mammoths later, and I think mammoths collect wood, don't they, Shadow?
Mammoths collect wood.
Primarily, they're more
primarily
like
wood.
yeah, they're more
Real
like
good
an
berry
axe.
collectors. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they collect a little bit of thatch.
Yeah. And then you've got the carnivores, like the Carnosaur and the Raptor, who are really good hunters. They're pretty quick from a speed perspective. They've got good combat capabilities. And they're not necessarily resource gatherers like these guys, but they can absolutely resource gather meat in very large quantities very quickly.
If you would come over to this green drop over here, you are leveled up enough to gather this. And you can tell us
what
about
level
what you
is
find
that?
in it. It's 15 or higher.
Yeah, well, I'm not level 15.
I am.
Well,
Yep.
but Pickle is, so he can tell us what he finds in there.
Yep.
All right, hang on. I gotta unload my walls.
Did you set Zara to stop following you? I think she's stuck in a tree, bud.
Damn it!
And I'm gonna drop the thatch over
Come on,
here
Zara.
in the big
Come on.
whatchamacallit.
Come on, there you go.
So this is what makes them particularly useful, right? So I could take all this thatch that we just collected, which is 400 almost in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm starving.
drop it right into this cabinet over here so that they can make the stuff from it. So I'm going to leave Billy Bob out of here for just a second while I dump some things into... actually, no, I need to get it off of him. So let's get the narco berries off of him. Got 30 of those, and the wood. We'll put the wood in
You got
this particular
20
one, too.
spoiled meat.
Alright. So drop the
That's a
narcs
good
in there.
drop there. 20 spoiled meat out of the drop, huh?
Alright, I'm gonna take Zara with me just because I don't trust the water.
Yeah, he hasn't been over there yet, Shadow.
Oh, that's true. I have, and I didn't die, so that's a good sign. There's not much in that water.
Yeah, but I know my luck.
It's not near as bad as mine. And you go put Zorro in my way so I can't build walls.
Come on, Zara.
There's a turtle over there. I don't see much else. So anyway,
Alright.
once we get the
Here I
paddock
go.
up, that's going to be pretty much the basics of our safety portion of this build. And then we can really start hammering on gathering some resources and dinosaurs and all those wonderful things that'll make us a lot more functional. So these parasaurs kind of have a limited lifespan as far as the usefulness. They're great for mobility, but they that's about all they are. I mean, in some basic gathering. We'll get into some of the bigger herbivores and then the carnivores very quickly. And so, but right now, just to be able to get around very quickly, these guys are pretty nice.
Okay, so I got a blueprint for a wooden trap door. I got a wooden trap door, a wooden ladder, and a wooden hatch frame.
Oh, those are useful. And I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but I'm thinking a door on the side here would be good. Put a doorway and a
Definitely
door
something-
once the paddock's built. Not until then, obviously, but that way we can get in and out of there without having to go all the way around.
I have an extra door. I don't know about an extra door frame, but I do have an extra door that I can go ahead and just start
It's
chuck
not
it up
super
now.
urgent. It's just that once the base wall is down, it'll be good to have an easy way in and out of there without opening the dino gate. So yeah. So what do you guys think after that? What do you want to concentrate on once we've finished? I'm gonna go light these guys up, by the way. Once we've finished this this initial build of the base, what do you two want to concentrate on next?
I definitely agree with you on getting some carnivore animals because they definitely, they are much better at attacking as we've seen with Zora. Zora has saved our butts many times. Have not died as much now because we have a halfway decent carnivore to help me defend myself when I get into sticky situations. So it's definitely we want to try to find us some carnivores that we can tame. That's a little bit higher and stronger than the Dilos.
Yeah, Dilos honestly are only useful at this very low level, everyone, because while they do decent, and we've got a pretty high level Dilo, they're very slow, and they just, when they start to fight some of the bigger stuff, their speed becomes an issue, and you'll see that in some later fights in the series. But raptors are very useful early on. Excuse me. Carnosaurs are pretty good, and then we'll get into T-Rexes eventually, but raptors and carnosaurs are probably the next step from a carnivore perspective. And then at some point pteranodons, so that we can fly, because that's actually a thing in this game. So you can not those little guys up there. You can tame those little guys I'm looking at on the screen and put them on your shoulder, which is kind of cool, and use them as like little attack dogs. But the pteranodons, which we looked at earlier, I don't see any flying right now. The pteranodons are cool because you can actually put a saddle on them and fly around the island.
I got 5 more walls for you, Shadow.
Good.
So we're just about done with the base here, which is very cool. And then we can check to see if we can get the Sarco in here. It'll be good.
The one thing I will remind you is that, remember, the Sarco needs probably about 3 times her room to move around.
We'll see how it does in here. Alright, and we've got a level up on Billy Bob, it looks like.
Yeah, getting the circle in is going to be the most important thing. Her ability to move around inside will be... that's completely up to her.
Yeah, it's literally just a safety thing. We'll figure it out. So, as you guys can see, weather effects is a thing. If I'm next to the torch here, that cold effect goes away. And if I move away from the torch, then the cold effect does return. So, torches are not just a light source in this game. They're also a heat source. The other thing I haven't showed you guys, just from what that means, so in the character screen here, you're going to see some interesting stuff. So it's going to tell you what day it is on the server. It's going to tell you the time, so you can kind of see a minute's ticking by every second. It tells you the temperature, so it's currently 14 degrees Celsius. Excuse me. And what region you're in. So the other thing you can see is your hypothermal insulation and your hyperthermal insulation. And that basically is what it takes to keep you cool and what it takes to keep you warm. And right now these cloth did not give you much warmth. They do keep you cool though. There are some other armor types that can keep you warm. We got the first base layer down, and that was kind of the main goal. Now we're going to get the second and third layer up. Some of that, we'll probably cut the episode here in a couple minutes and finish this up off camera. We'll do at least, are you guys going to go 2 high or 3 high?
We will go 2 high to start with for now.
Okay.
But we will eventually, if we start seeing bigger dinosaurs, then we'll want to go 3 high.
Yeah,
But
that's
I think
fair.
for the time being, what we've been seeing around here, 2 high will be just fine.
So the sun's coming up, so I'm going to go ahead and douse all the torches. Don't want to waste the fuel. Eventually, while we're burning wood in this right now, which is unfortunate because wood is actually a great building source, and we don't want to do too much of that. We can eventually start putting spark powder in here, and if memory serves, that's
now.
Yeah. What's
stone?
Flint and stone? So we just need to get a good resource gathering, session under us, and the guys might do a little bit of that while I'm out of town again this week. But once we have flint and stone, we can start making spark powder, which we will use for the torches. And then the next thing we're really going to probably want is a preserving bin.
Most certainly, so we can actually keep our berries and our food for a lot longer than if it's just stored on ourselves or in the animals.
All right, so I'm going to park the Parasaur inside, and then we're going to sign off for the moment. We're going to finish up the project, don't you worry about it. But we're just going to do that off camera because I know seeing walls go up is only so exciting. But we do want to keep you guys early on at least kind of aware of what we're doing from the base perspective. We'll probably, once we get through the next few episodes, we'll probably start cutting in and out more. I need to make sure this guy's got plenty of berries on him, and he does. I'm going to take the narcs off him, though. The stone and the metal, he does not need that stuff. So, anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff away, and we're going to call it a night here in the recording. And so thanks for joining us, and say goodbye, everybody.
See you, peeps.
Have a good one, guys.
See you guys next episode.